fuck is up, gamers? It's your boy The Goods, and we are back for episode number 19 of the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. In the last episode, I absolutely destroyed the jury, and in this episode, I'm going to be absolutely destroying the witnesses. That's right, everybody's getting shit on. We need to figure out what the fuck's going on with this testimony here, so... I just ruined my voice for no goddamn reason. That was brain dead.
I only carried four passengers that night. I swear it. But,
Well, I, for one, was told I had to pay 5 pence for the bus.
he fiddled us on the fare, he did. And then I saw that blood-curdling sight as well. It's all too much.
I tell you, I saw Matilda stab that man. Everything I said before stands.
Oh, yes, he stabbed him. Yes, he did. I think so, yes.
What do you mean you think so, you fugly fucking bitch?
Counsel, make sense of this for me, please.
The phantom fifth passenger conjured into existence by my learned Eastern friend never existed. The confusion has arisen from the coachman's sly little cozenage. Peppo! Explain yourself!
Oh, I'm terribly sorry, sir. Guild master!
The guild's fare is 4 pence across the board. You know that. Am I to understand that you've been overcharging our passengers by a penny a fare?
It's so cold, and the last one of the day is always half empty.
You have been dishonest, coachman.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You're a disgrace, Beppo. A disgrace. And your selfish actions have brought dishonor on the entire guild.
If I may, sir, I had to pay 10 pence on the bus just last week.
What?
4 passengers is 5 pence each, yeah, 20 pence. I've done the arithmetic 10 times already, but I just can't make the result come out differently.
No, that figures.
Well, it would appear that one of the aforementioned misgivings has already been explained. So, counsel for the defense, your cross-examination, if you please.
You've already had the pleasure of a protected summation examination today. I see you intend to continue the parlor games. Absolutely! Motherfucker, piece of shit, call my shit parlor games. Kill yourself, what? I didn't say that. Fuck you mean, but, yes. So there are only 4 passengers in your carriage. But you didn't charge them the standard 4 pence fare, is that right?
It's possible to make the last run of the day back.
You good, big man? Are you good, Mr. First?
How can I help you, sir?
Last statement, did it trouble you in some way?
Not particularly, sir, no.
If anything, he's troubling you with that hat. So is that just his normal fucking expression? Is just... Oh. Is it just how he's fucking built? Because he wasn't like that last time. Well, yeah, he's just doing that shit. Alright. Hold it! Hold on. Oh, I paid 5 pence too, sir. And I just told you that I did. Again, I can't. Okay, he's useless.
A flat fare, 5 pence across the board.
Excuse me. So now I didn't want to do that. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. My bad. I'm sorry. I made a little whoopsie daisy. Wait. Hold it! I really should save at some point. Well, let me save it the next time. You mean the murder, right?
Yes, sir. Ladies inside, no one should have to witness the horror in the eyes of a man the moment his life is taken. Oh, well, not exactly, sir. I mean, I didn't actually see the exact moment the Jin was stabbed. Really?
We have another witness who did, however. The banker's already testified to it. But Mr. First didn't actually see the point at which the victim was killed? That may turn out to be significant.
The banker did next to me take a sharp intake of breath, see? And that's when I looked through the glass.
Why is he not shivering? I don't know what's like relevant and what's not, but I'm sick of like wasting my fucking time.
That's when I saw the blade breaking out from his belly, all covered in blood.
Alright.
Every time I see a knife now, I can't help screaming, even when I'm eating.
So you're so McGill to stab that man. Everything watched it before stands. Hold it! Press it again. So you saw the defendant, Mr. McGilded, stabbing the victim, Mr. Mason, who was sitting next to him. That's what I said, isn't it? It's bothering me before this was. For just a brief moment, he hesitated before answering the question. Anyway, there was only 2 of them inside the carriage, wasn't there? There's been much talk of a 5th passenger, but as of yet, 0 evidence. What are we wasting all this time for, eh? It's black and white, the man's guilty. Something about Mr. Fairplay's testimony just jars me. I wish I could work out what it was. It's not even remotely close to what the fuck I wanted to do. I had to press that last statement. Yeah, I don't know what like counts for that. Let me save the game. Let me save the game. Just to be safe. Yeah, he's just doing that shit. Hold it! Earlier, you testified you saw the moment when the defendant allegedly sagged the victim, didn't you?
Yes, that's right.
You said the victim was on the floor and saw the assailant holding the knife in an ice pick grip. Is it suspicious that his hat's not moving? I
suppose.
No, he's just like that.
I wonder if, I guess I put a cart over the horse, maybe. Wordless? Well, I'm quite sure about most of it.
I don't know, they look no different than they always do.
I was driving the horses and I saw a scream from the seats on the roof deck.
I heard a scream.
Oh, I expect that was me, sir. Then when I turned around, yes, I saw it through the squeak.
I don't know what counts as suspicious.
Jeremy was on the floor and the knife was sticking up out of his midriff. That's right, yes, and the fellow holding the handle was the famous man, yes.
So in short, you didn't see the moment when the victim was actually stabbed at all.
I really thought I did, but when I go over it again in my head, I suppose I didn't.
Oh, it looks like that. Excuse me. Oh, I forgot it's so exact. I'm sitting here looking at like little tiny signs, and it's just. Alright, bro. You something to say about that, Mr. Fairplay?
Now you listen to me. I know what you're thinking. He didn't really see the exact moment the fellow was stabbed. What are the chances of that? Eh?
Are you asking me or telling me, bro? He's getting flustered. May be able to extract some information from him, but answer it cleverly. Do you just happen to see the exact moment that crime was committed? No chance. Really, some days are just like that. It's a little hard to believe, certainly, unless you spend your time peeping through a skylight on top of the omnibus, that is.
Peeping? Oh, I'm a respectable city banker, I'll let you know. And I know what I saw. I remember it as clear as a Ballarat day. It was a grim scene, I don't mind telling you.
Thank you, Mr. Fairplay.
Excuse me if I get a little hot in the collar there, my lord.
I'd ask you to supplement your testimony with a clear statement about what exactly you saw.
Yeah, I can do that, alright. I'll tell you just how grim it was.
Yeah, here we go. Just think I forget the sight of those blood-soaked hands after the butcher stabbed.
You imbecile! Blood-soaked hands, you say? I wonder how you could have possibly seen them through his leather gloves
That I'm going to present now. Blood-soaked hands?
Well, I admit that salt might be laying it on a little thick, but anyway, there's definitely blood all over him. Both of them are covered in it.
Well, I'm sorry to disagree, Mr. Fairplay, but that's a little more than peculiar.
What?
Here are the gloves worn by the defendant, Mr. McGilded, on the night in question.
Oh, yes, right.
And there certainly does appear to be a sizable dark-colored stain there. But I'm sure, as you can clearly see, it's only on the right-hand glove. In short, Mr. Fairplay, your testimony is inconsistent.
Yeah, but no, that can't be right.
So you're the liar here then?
Ah. That's right.
You were quite clear about it. You said, yeah, it was both hands.
Mr. Fairplay, if your last statement was a lie, it calls your entire testimony into question. You say you saw the exact moment the victim was stabbed, but is that really the truth?
Objection! It was a simple mistake. You can't justify accusing this man of lying. Yes, it wasn't both hands, it was only one, but the fact remains. The victim's blood was on the accused.
Objection. No, Mr. Fairplay categorically stated that he saw blood all over both hands, which means there's a strong possibility that this witness was deliberately trying to mislead the court.
Oi, I'm a city banker for pity's sake. My word should be, this is the gold standard. I'm a gentleman, not some getter snipe. And upstanding members of society don't prevaricate.
He's claiming to have no reason to lie. But is that really the case?
Mr. Naruhodo, if we had some evidence to explain why Mr. Fairplay might be lying, it could turn the tide in this trial completely.
So this shows this man has a compelling reason to lie? What's his name? Bruce Fairplay? He would not have a knife like that. Because I need to make sure. Can I examine this? Portfolios contain all sorts of secrets of London's... Hey, wait, open it up. Open it up. I can't read that shit. Frame full of gentlemen's names. What is it? Look at this. You see his name here. I had a feeling! Bruce Fairplay! Should that mean it's him? It's the guy. Repayment date's fastly approaching. We're due to repay his loan imminently. Yo, tell me why. Tell me why I just knew that shit though. Hold on. Yeah, I got evidence. I got evidence, bro. I have it, yeah. My lord.
Yes, counsel.
The defense is ready to present evidence.
By Jove, are you sure?
Yes, evidence that will clearly demonstrate why Mr. Fairplay had reason to lie in his testimony.
Very well, I hereby call the defense to present its evidence.
The evidence that demonstrates a clear motive for the witness's alleged deception of the court. Take that! Take that! This is a list of debtors who owe money to Mr. McGilded. Yes, a list of innocent victims crippled by the accused extortion. The point is, among the names of these debtors is your name, Mr. Bruce Fairplay.
What? Mr. Fairplay, are you currently indebted financially to the accused?
No, well, it's barely worthy of being called a debt.
According to this ledger, you owe 20 guineas. Not an inconsiderable sum of money, wouldn't you say?
Well, what of it?
Suppose Mr. McGilded were to be found guilty of murder. What would become of your debt in that case?
This document states that a loan agreement is forged between two individual parties. Therefore, with the creditor, the defendant here, to be sentenced to capital punishment, all outstanding debts which were owed to him would be annulled. They would cease to exist. Cease to exist?
Mr. Fairplay, is it not the case that you claimed in your testimony to have seen something you never in fact saw in a devious attempt to annul your debt of 20 guineas to the defendant?
Order! Mr. Bruce Fairplay,
Yes, my lord.
let me ask you again, and be aware that your answer may have the most serious implications upon your future, sir. Did you or did you not see the precise moment in time at which the defendant is alleged to have thrust a knife into the victim?
Your silence speaks volumes. You did not tell the truth in your testimony. Alright! Let's not make a melodrama out of this. Perhaps I did overstate the truth a pinch. A pinch? But it makes no difference. I definitely remember seeing blood on McGildy's hands, both of them. Objection. And yet, only one of the defendant's gloves was you have here as evidence is stained.
So you keep saying?
I wonder if I might be allowed to speak. Go ahead, Mr. First. The thing is, I remember seeing it myself as it happens.
Seeing what?
The blood, sir, on the assailant's hands. I think, yes. I'm almost sure that it was on both of his hands, not just one.
What? What? Don't react like that. They're all going to change their shit to guilty again.
It would appear that we're going to need further testimony from all your witnesses. This time, I'd like to know precisely what you did and what you did not see. Do I make myself perfectly clear?
Yes.
Mr. Naruhodo, this is good news. The course of the trial seems to have shifted slightly, at least.
Yes! I might finally have a chance to turn things around here. I hope so. I fucking hope so. Because this is kind of nuts. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. There was blood on both hands of the assailant. I sincerely and distinctly remember that. However, I suppose you might say I didn't see the exact moment the stabbing transpired, if that matters.
I remember seeing the knife, and I remember seeing both of the attacker's hands with blood on them. I didn't actually see anything myself, and not until I heard that scream.
Anyway, the fact remains that there can't have been anyone else inside that carriage, or we all would have seen. I mean, yeah, I'm kind of running out of fucking options here.
Well, lo and behold, in truth or fact, not one of you was witness to the crucial moment the crime was perpetrated.
Oh, I apologise, my lord, but honestly, there was no one else inside the carriage, and the man's hands were covered in blood. That much incriminating evidence is tantamount to saying we saw the man do it. That's not really what testimony's about. Let us examine the interior of the omnibus once more. The victim's fresh blood is clearly visible on the seat, corroborating the witness's accounts. In other words, there's no substantial nor significant change to the facts of the case.
Very well, your cross-examination, please, counsel.
Yes, my lord. I don't like how this shit fucking looks. It like hangs down like that. Oh, you already know. Hold it! Pressing everything. No, the evidence tells us otherwise. The gloves the defendant was wearing the night in question in the court record.
I will aware of that, sir, but nevertheless, I know what I saw to stand by it. The man had blood on both his hands.
He's defiant even in the face of hard evidence. He's steadfastly refusing to admit he might be mistaken about what he saw. But why? Your reasoning is dire. One hand or two, the salient point remains unchanged. Minutes after the grim crime, the victim's blood dripped guilty from the accused's fingers. Hold it! Don't try to downplay this. Whether or not you saw the crime is a matter of fundamental importance, as you well know.
But for crying out loud, we all know that no one else could have possibly done it. He was just trying to save us all some time.
You have a loan of 20 guineas outstanding with the defendant, do you not? And you hope to release yourself from financial burden by ensuring the defendant was found guilty?
I
That's not entirely not what I was hoping for. I just lost a guinea or 10 when I was back the wrong horse in the derby, that's all. I was going to win it all back. There's a fixture this weekend, that's a sure thing.
A little guinea or 10?
Well, Baker, now we're passing off our borrow little spending money for the weekend.
What do you say?
I think you may reveal more about your character than you bargained for, sir.
The witness's scruples are not on trial here.
Proceed to the next witness.
Is that really how it's supposed to work? Alright, lady first. You definitely saw that too? Blood on both hands?
Yes, sir. I mean, I know what you're going to say. Only one of Mr. McGildy's gloves has any sign of blood on it.
Well, that's right.
And the thing is, as far as I remember, sir, when I looked down and saw Mr. McGildy sitting beside the other fellow, I don't believe he was wearing any gloves, sir.
He wasn't wearing these gloves?
That's correct, sir. I saw blood on both his bare hands quite clearly.
God, my fucking arm is looking dry.
It's true that dark-colored stain on the leather gloves wouldn't have been easy to see. I should point out that the police officer who apprehended the accused on the night in question reported there was no trace of blood on Mr. McGildy's gloved hands. There wasn't blood on his hands?
This is puzzling indeed.
Must be significant somehow, I'm sure of it. Let me save real quick.
Hold it!
You didn't see anything.
Yes, sir, that is to say, no, sir, I didn't. Very sorry about what I said before, sir. Very sorry, yes. He was wrong of me to make up stories and say that I stabbed the man. Wouldn't you agree, sir?
I know what you're insinuating, but I certainly wasn't making up stories.
So to say you saw nothing isn't right either.
No, sir, I saw nothing at all.
Mr. Beppo, you were driving your horses. At the very least, you, must have enjoyed a good view of London streets, no? Alright, bro, alright. Okay, alright. You didn't even see that?
It was so cold that night, you see. It was all I could do to keep him passing out, sir. Yes, my head was fairly frozen, so I decided to say, sir.
It would seem prudent to avoid travel on the last omnibus service of London's cold winter nights.
Pepper!
Alright, last one. And everything you saw the incident was through the skylight on the roof of the omnibus.
That's right. It's fiercely cold that night, but the glass wasn't frosted over.
Yes, I remember I was shivering, it was so bitter. Which rather begs the question of why the pair of you were sitting on the roof deck in the first place.
Well, I don't know about this young fellow, but I couldn't enter the cabin.
Oh, why not?
It was locked from the inside. I tried knocking, but no one opened the door.
It was locked.
That's right. It's a public bus service, for pity's sake. That's not what I call fair play.
Yes, I had the exact same experience. I tried knocking, but the gent inside just gestured at me to clear off, so I had no choice but to climb up to the roof deck and look down longingly into the warm cabin below.
Well, I can assure you I wasn't just looking down. I was glaring long and hard. That's precisely why I can tell you with absolute confidence if there was anyone else at all inside that cabin, I would have noticed.
Unequivocal, I would say. Not sure about these two witnesses. Could they really have seen everything inside the cabin through the skylight? Let me look at this. Because if you look down at it... Oh, wait! What seat were they sitting in, though? Where's the... Oh... Oh, wait, no, okay, that makes sense. I was gonna say it's on the other side. They might not have been able to. Allow me to confirm one thing, Mr. Fairplay. Are you riding this omnibus? And witnessed the events in the cabin through the skylight in the floor of the upper deck. They were sitting here. Is that right?
That's right, yes. In that case, there's a portion of the cabin interior that would have been out of sight from you.
Oh!
By golly, really?
Obviously, at this stage, we can't say for sure. I want you to know I'm at like such an angle that you cannot see into the closet, but I fucking parabolaed that bitch and got it into the closet. Like around the corner, that was nuts. But the possibility cannot be denied. At the time of the incident, there could have been another passenger in the enclosed cabin of the omnibus.
Objection. Enough hypothetical meandering, my Nipponese friend. The prosecution demands that you substantiate your claims. After all, the scene of the crime is here, in the flesh.
Very well, I will herald the prosecution's demand. You will identify the area on this cross-sectional plan of the omnibus.
Obviously, right there. Take that! Both rows of seats in the roof face in the direction of travel, whereas the seats in the enclosed cabin face each other, which means the visible part of the cabin, which passengers on the roof deck can see below through the skylight, is as I've drawn here.
Ah!
That's right, my lord, as you can see. The seat opposite one on which the victim and his attacker were sitting is obscured from view. In other words, if someone had been sitting on that seat, it's quite possible these witnesses would have been completely unaware of it. Yeah, and that's the guy with the blood on his hands.
Objection. It's quite possible some phantom was sitting there. You Nipponese have a forbidding habit of obscuring the truth with ambiguity.
Alright, this whole racism thing's getting kind of crazy.
I concur with the prosecution's rejoinder. In the British Court of Law, evidence is paramount. I cannot entertain this conjecture, counsel. That is, unless you're able to put a name to this mysterious passenger to whom you allude. Can you, Mr. Naruhodo?
I honestly don't know. Who could it have been? Who could have been in the other seat, which is out of sight from the witness on the roof deck? Okay, real shit. Actually, who could it have been? Who could it have been? Let's think of who we have. We have Lady First, Bruce Fairplay, Beppo. It can't be him because he's dead. It cannot be Mr. Souls of the Damned. It's clearly not him. It's not Male Strongheart. So I'm gonna save the game. It has to be one of them, right? Because that would explain if Beppo was overcharging. I understand, my lord. The defense would like to put forward a name.
You're a fool. That response was a desperate attempt by a man who has no notion of his own limitations. A toast to hard lessons not yet learned.
Let us not delay, counsel. The defense is still to name the passenger in the other seat.
This could be it. This could be the chance I've been waiting for to turn the trial in my favor. On that night, the night of the murder, the person occupying the seat in the omnibus cabin that was obscured from view was... Okay, actually though? On some real shit, do you think it's him? Do you think it's him? And that's why he came out of retirement? No, it can't be, because he'd be sentenced to jail. The M is for Male Strongheart. Take that! The M is for Strongheart. Alright, my bad, bro. My bad. It was a mistake. What happens if I say I have no idea?
As a proud citizen of the Japanese Empire, you will look to the sky and walk on, making sure all signs of tears are gone. Go on. This isn't just a case.
This is just a case of going on, Mrs. Otto. Alright then, I'll go on. The defense would like to put forward a name. Oh, I don't get to just not do that? Okay. Alright, hold on. Okay, real shit though? Then who is it? Alright, let me save. Let me save here, just so I don't have to redo that every time. Real shit? Who the fuck could it be? Actually, who the fuck could it be? It can't be Mr. McGilden. Oh, do you think it was Bruce Family?
Take that!
I'm gonna pause it just so I don't waste any more time. And then I'm gonna... Actually, you know what? Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna... let me reload. Alright, let me reload. Because I just realized we're kind of at the end of the episode. What I'm gonna do, just since I'm trial and erroring, I'm just gonna look it up. I'm just gonna look it up, and then we'll start the next episode on this. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.